People First Language by Clint Heffern. People First Language, guys, is a lot like when you break it down what it sounds like. It is using your language, using your words. When you are doing those things, think about the people first before you just speak, before you just say something that might be a norm or might be how it's typically said around your area or whatever it is, but thinking about the people when you use your language, when you use your words. So People First Language puts the person, puts people first before any disability or ability. It puts the person first. Think about the person before you speak. People First Language describes what a person has. It describes their abilities, what they can, yes, do, not what a person is, or not what a person cannot do, or not what their limitation is. It describes what a person has. So spinning that in a positive direction, because a lot of times, a lot of people have a lot of abilities, but when they have a disability, they only get focused on that disability and that one thing, rather than spinning it in a positive way and focusing on the positives as well. Stop, think, your words matter. People First Language is not just used because it's politically correct. It's respect. It's showing respect, and this can change the way people think, people see other people. It can change the way a person feels about themselves or view themselves if they do have a disability. But it also can help eliminate prejudice. And if we do this early on, it can eliminate a lot of prejudices that we don't even notice or are ingrained into ourselves. So that is what People First Language can do. It is not just politically correct. People First Language, these are some examples of People First Language and some examples of how it's used. Are you a myopic or do you wear glasses? Are you cancerous or do you have cancer? Is a person handicapped, disabled, or do they have a disability? So again, just the way we use our words to talk, these are all talking about the same thing. So words I've heard critiquing my own building and my own circumstances or situations, and a lot of times I don't even think this is done, on purpose, but the R word, retarded, handicapped, normal kids, saying that group of kids is normal and this group is not normal, this group is handicapped, but also SPED student. That's probably the most heavily used one, and we'll talk about that here in the next slide. So proposing some changes. What we could say, instead of saying the disabled, say people with disabilities. Instead of saying they are mentally retarded, say they have a cognitive disability. Instead of saying this group of kids is a normal group of kids, say these are kids without disabilities, so that there is no normal and unnormal. So the kids with a disability still feel like they are normal kids as well. Instead of saying he is a special needs kid, say he uses additional services. He is a Downs kid. Do not say he is a Downs kid. Rather say he has Down syndrome. Some other examples to kind of help you the way you think about things. Instead of saying, avoiding terms like the blind or the disabled, and instead start the sentence with the person and then go into their disability. Instead of saying they are the blind or they are the disabled. Use clinical names for things. If they have a mental illness, rather than saying they are crazy or wacko or nuts or weirdo or are, the retarded word. Avoiding those slang words. Say has, the person has a disability, rather than saying the person suffers from a mental illness. Okay? Avoid suffering if at all possible. And the golden rule is, guys, everybody wants to be treated the same. How much choice did a person with a disability have in getting that or having that disability? None. They had no say in it. And so they just want to be treated like everybody else. So the golden rule is treat everybody the same, because we are all people and we all deserve respect. So the golden rule is treat everybody the same. And if we keep that the same, or if we keep that at the heart of what we're doing, we'll be better off. Here are my references. Thank you guys for listening.